that's okay. So the class is jQuery validations. Okay, the class is about jQuery validations, jQuery form validation I call. So now the biggest question here we got is, why do we need validation in the first place? Why do we need validation, or why do we need a form? Okay, the first question is, why do we need a form? And if you answer that, then why do we need data validation, and how can we do that? So these are the three questions we are supposed to answer. You guys here following me? So just answer, why do we need a form? The first question. Why do we need a form? Yes, Sham has an answer. Right, to get users data. Okay, so form is solely used, okay, for collecting user input. Fantastic, you guys are both right. So we need form to collect information, right? Any kind of information, like say your registration form. The registration form has fields like first name, last name, email, mobile number, city, state, and blah blah blah. Okay, these are all form fields used to collect that specific information. Okay, and you go to Facebook, you post something on your wall, that's a form. Okay, you go to Quora, you answer a question, that's a form. So form is always used to submit information to the website. Okay, now that's okay, we know why do we need a form. Now why do we need data validation now? Okay, why should we need to validate the data? Okay, so there are several reasons for it, but the primary focus is jQuery validations. So I will teach you guys why do we need, I mean in that context, why do we need data validation. For instance, I ask you for a mobile number. I ask you for a mobile number. Now some users may not understand it, or some users knowingly, what they do is, when I ask mobile number, they say A B C D E F G H. Is this a mobile number? Is this a mobile number? No. I ask for email and people submit like this. Is this an email? No. Right? And sometimes I ask for age and they say E4. Okay, so is that a age? No. So now we know why do we need validation, right? We need validation to collect at least the right format. I may not say, okay, thanks. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, guys, just a second. I'll be back with that clipping. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, jQuery is supported on all browsers. So there are different versions of jQuery based on the version. Yeah, you know, for IE7, less than IE7, there's a different version of jQuery, and for IE10 there's a different version of jQuery, and almost all Firefox and Chrome will support the jQuery in full-fledged. It's compatible. Oh yeah, okay. Mobile browsers, what are mobile browsers? Mobile browsers are the same. You have Chrome browser, you have Opera browser, you have for iOS, I guess it's I don't know the name of it. So there are browsers again, so they're the same. So they have the same compatibility things. Yeah, I'll show you. So input type equal to text, data pattern equal to, so there is a pattern to validate here, a regular expression. and yeah, even that. Okay, so this regular expression is matched upon your input. So if it is matched, then only it will let you submit, or else it will throw error saying that please submit. You can also say here data message. So you can also say this. Okay, so that's HTML5. It's called data fields. Okay, data fields are really important. HTML5. I'm talking about HTML5. jQuery, we did not even check that. I'll show you guys how to download the plugin, how to implement that in your web page, and how to know what kind of messages it throws. Okay. Shall we go ahead and see the program? Any other questions? Fugale, any other question here? And Sham, do you have a question? Okay, your browser support is a question. Okay, it does support browsers. And Fugale, this is your question, and Ariful, no question. Fantastic. So let me share my screen here. Alright, so here. So where do I download this particular plugin? So the website to download is jQueryvalidation.org. This is the website where you find the validation plugin. You see .validate jQuery validation plugin. Alright, and what you're supposed to do is download it first. So it's very small file. Okay, so what I do is I open it, cut it, and we have our super 10 here. Scripts, always the scripts go inside the scripts folder, remember that. I'll extract it, and here in dist, this is the file I need. In dist, that is the file I need. That's the only file I need. I copy here, and the rest I don't want anything. I'm just deleting it. Okay, I only need this particular file, jQuery.validate.min. Okay, so that's about it. And if you need any help, you can go to the documentation here. They have a very good documentation. But even before that, let's write a form here. So we'll see documentation later, but let's first see the form here. Yeah, just give me a break here. I'll grab some water for me. You can also flex your muscles. You can move. You can have something for you, and that's the benefit of an online class. Trust me. Okay, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So then we start writing the form. Okay, I'm back. I'm back faster than expected. You guys here? Are you guys here? I hope so. So yeah, let's start here. So doc type HTML, so here the head and the body. So here in the head the title goes here, title of the page. This is the title of the page, so I say Tutoslive jQuery form validation. So I save this. Say this in our super 10. So jQuery form validation dot html. So the spelling mistake here, div class equal to, so I can't really help you guys. What you now you ask me what is class, what is container, because we have already discussed this in the previous classes. Okay, so here div class equal to, I'll write a form area, and here I write a form tag, form. Okay, so what are really important in the form, what are the important attributes inside the form tag? So the first and foremost attribute is method. I'll say post is my method. Okay, and an action is also important, but as of now I don't give any action, just a slash. Okay, and then an ID is important, so I'll say demo form is the ID, and I always give the name as ID, so demo form is my name too. Alright, so coming to here, input type equal to, okay, I can say email, type equal to email, name equal to email, required equal to required, and an ID equal to email. Okay, placeholder equal to, enter your email, enter your email. Okay, this is input. So here I'll say input type equal to submit, name equal to submit, ID equal to submit, value equal to, okay, submit the form. Okay, shall we go ahead and see the form on the front? So where are we here? Here. Okay, what happened to the submit button? Okay, that's input again, it's a mistake. So this is how it looks like without styling, without anything. It's a skeleton of it. So what I do here is let's say div class equal to form element. Okay, so let me just check this. Yeah, fine. Okay, now let's style it just for the sake of it. Okay, I mean styling is not at all important here, but you know, I do styling in every page because beauty is what I really look at. So here container margin 0 pixels auto, background width. Okay, so let's see what that does. This is what it does. Right, so here coming to the form, so what is the form here? Form area, padding 1%, border 1 pixel solid and black border. So let us see what it does. This is what it does. Okay, and what I do here is margin pixel auto with 70%. That will get into the middle of that, but I really don't want it. Then the next is form element. Form element, margin bottom 10 pixel, padding 10 pixel. Okay, done. Dot form element and input padding 10 pixel and width, let's say some 70%. Alright, does it look good? Better than the previous one, right? So that's the importance of styling. I really like styling because because it's the actual look of your website. So coming to the submit button, I would like to style it in this way using the ID identifier. So the padding of let's say 10 pixel, a background of hash let's take 900 and let's take color white. Let's take a border with 0 pixels. Let's see how does it look like. Looks better, right? So here I'd like to let that be, and margin left 2%. 2% is enough. 20. So this is the form listing. Okay, now I try to submit this. It says please fill out this field. I'll just fill out this field. It says please include an @ in the email address. Is missing an @. So as soon as I type @, okay, it's okay. It says that it's okay to submit the form. See that? Please enter part following. Okay, it has submitted. It has submitted. No, it has submitted to itself. Okay. Alright, so that's the kind of validation given by the browser itself. I mean, when I say browser, in the HTML itself, that's a kind of validation. Okay, but let us see that using our jQuery. So how do we do that? So what I do here is I'll remove this. I'll say this as text. Okay, and I'll remove this required. Okay, and coming to the action, I'll give the same form name. I don't want it to submit to jQuery form validation.html. Okay, now let's see. I just refresh this and I'll submit. It has submitted the form. I don't want that to happen. Okay, even I submit 1 2 3 4 5 6, it's submitting. I don't want that. So how do I do it? So the first and foremost thing in jQuery is to include the jQuery file. So how do I include an external file? You have to check back the past classes to know how to include an external file. jQuery.js is my jQuery file. Then immediately, okay, I have to include the validation file. So where is the validation file? It's again, oops, I think we are writing in the wrong file. So let me just open. Yeah, this is our file, but it still displays there. That's ironing. Here it is. I'll start typing there instead of here. Okay, so the scripts are inside the scripts file. This is the file I'm supposed to include now, right? So where is the file here? jQuery dot validate dot min.js is that file. Okay, so these two are very important for validation, these two files. You guys here following me? Any question here? Any questions here regarding the CSS? Anything which you don't understand? So how many, I don't know really how many of you guys really are good with HTML and CSS? I can't really go forward without you answering my any question. Any questions? No questions, I suppose. Okay, fine. So now, how do I write the code for validation? Script. I'm supposed to write inside the script. So the first thing is dollar. So ID of the form. ID of the form. So demo form is the ID, and validate dot validate. This is the syntax to validate. Okay, dollar ID of the form, ID of the form dot validate. You guys here following me up? So now let's go ahead and see the documentation of it. So what's the next step? The next step is inside the documentation. Okay, so here he says that's it, form dot validate. Okay, shall we say it? He does validate without using this. So I don't know how much this works. Let me just refresh. I refreshed it. To submit the form, it's still submitting. Undefined is not okay. That's a problem. Okay, the files is not included. Files are not included, I guess. Okay, there's nothing in the file. jQuery validate.min.js, jQuery.validate.min.js. It should work. Okay, my bad. It's inside the scripts. It's inside the scripts. So I'll refresh this, try to submit. It's still submitting. Let's see what's the error there. There's no error now. The reason is that we did not give any rule. Okay, fine. So yeah, here in the documentation, okay, he says that write a form, and inside the script you're supposed to write this, but there are certain rules, right? You are supposed to write certain rules. So how do we write the rules is very important again. Okay, how do we write the rules is important again. So this is how we write the rules. You see here, this is the ID of it. Okay, let me just show it. The ID of the form field you want to validate. So the ID of the form field is email, Okay, you are supposed to give certain rules here. So let's give the first rule to the email field. Email field, I want required true. Okay, rules for the email field. What is the rule? I want to make it mandatory to submit the email field. So let's go here, refresh and submit. Suddenly something unexpected token online 49. You see that this field is required, it says this field is required. So what I have done there, rules, email, I want to write a rule to an email required true. Okay, that's the rule. So let me extend this to 20 minutes. Okay, let me just do one more thing here. Let us style the what do you say, the message. So this message I want to style it. So let me just check it out. It says label. What it says is, inside this, label ID email error. Okay, label ID email error, class equal to error, for equal to email. Okay, I'll just remove this. I have written a blank label and I'll write an error class dot error, font weight bold, color red. Okay, let us see now. I'll just refresh this. I'll try to submit. You see, the field is required in red color. Now I want to change this. I want to change it to please submit your email. Instead of this field is required, I want to submit, I want to publish a message now. So how do I publish the message? So we have another set of block called messages. Messages for what? Email. For what rule? Required rule. What I want? Please submit your email ID. Okay, so let me just refresh this. I'll submit. You see that? Please submit your email ID. Okay, you following me? What I've done? For that rule, for that required rule, I have given a customized message. Let me write another rule. Email true. That means check that particular field for email also. So here enter a valid email ID. Okay, shall we check that? So here submit, please submit your email ID. I'll say Sagar. See, enter a valid email ID. Then I'll submit @ still enter a valid email ID. Then I'll say G, done. It thinks that it's a valid email ID. Okay, please submit your email ID again. It's all dynamic. So let us do one more styling here. I want to do another styling here for this. Let it okay, that looks good. Yes, you understood how to do it? Can you guys replicate this entire thing again? Can you guys replicate this entire thing again? Yes, you hear? Can you guys replicate this again? Exact same thing. Yes or no? Okay, so now let's talk about rules. I said set of rules, right? So for email and required we have seen. What are other things we have? We have these many built-in validation methods. You see required, minimum length. I can also control the minimum length and maximum length validation too. I can also minimum number and maximum number. Suppose tomorrow you have an age field where your minimum age to sign up is 16 or maximum age to sign up is 20. So you can check that minimum and maximum age. And then you have email, we have just seen, and you have for URL too. Suppose you are taking their Facebook IDs or you are taking their let's say you are taking their LinkedIn profiles, that's URL. And date, makes element require a date, number, digits, credit card, equal to. Okay, I'll show equal to. You see this password and reset password thing, right? Sorry, password and confirm password. Have you guys seen that? You type password and again confirm password, both should be equal, right? Yes? You hear? He is not replying, so okay, I'll just show that required password and required password. So what I do here is I'll copy this, I'll paste these two. Okay, here this is password and 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 this is password, and coming here this is password. I'll call this as our password, confirm your password, our password and our password. Alright, so password and confirm password. So let's see, I'll go here. That enter your email, enter your password, confirm your password. I think it's fine, right? I try to submit, there's an error message over there. Okay, so let me just reduce this. Okay, so now let's do it for password, the same rules. So here, comma, for password, let the password be required, just required true, and I want a minimum length on password, so min length equal to, let's say, 8 characters. Shall we try? So refresh, submit, try to submit. This field is required. I type in, see, please enter at least 8 characters. Okay, I can also change the message over there. I can change the message also. So how do I change the message? Comma, for password, for required, please put the password, and for min length, your password should be minimum 8 characters. Okay, so let me just check that. Please put your password. Your password should be minimum 8 characters. Okay, like such. Now coming to the confirm password. Confirm password. So what is the confirm password's ID? Confirm password's ID is our password. here equals to hash password. This is the rule there. See that equals to, where is that equals to? Sorry, equal to, my bad. Equal to the ID of it. You have to give the ID. You see that here? Everything is inside the documentation. Okay, so let's try again. So refresh. I try to submit. Here I try to submit. Please enter the same value again, it says. So that's a default message. Now I want to change that message also. So how do I change here? Comma our password, okay, equal to, okay, password and confirm password must be same. So let me refresh again. I submit, 2 errors. Here I try to submit, password and confirm password must be the same. Yes, you guys following me? Any questions here? Any questions here? So try to replicate this even before the videos come out. So once the videos are come out, I don't really believe that you have replicated by yourself. Try to write the same code again. Can you guys do that? Okay, so tomorrow again I'll take a jQuery class maybe, or if we'll start PHP. I'll give you PHP introduction and I'll just show one more thing in jQuery. I've left with one more thing in jQuery. So I will start the basics of PHP. But the course is not free, that PHP course. It's a paid course. The fee is 3,000. Okay, the fee is 3,000. So those guys who paid the fee can attend the class, or wait for a new batch. Like I told that fill this up. So if you want to learn from scratch, okay, that's where you submit it. I'll announce the new class. Alright, so take care guys, have fun, leave a feedback please. As soon as the class is ended, you will be taken to a form. There you can submit your feedback. Okay, so thank you, take care, have fun.